Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, styling your hair the same way you always have, only to sigh and think, why does it just fall flat now? You add a little spray, tease a little here, curl a little there, and still, it never looks quite right. It's frustrating, isn't it? Because it's not just about hair, it's about how it makes you feel. Here's the truth. Thin or fine hair isn't the problem. The problem is that most women over 60 are still using the same tricks that worked 20 years ago. And those techniques no longer serve the woman you've become. Your hair has changed, and so have you. This stage of life deserves lighter hands, softer techniques, and smarter styling. Not more effort, more heat, or more product. Because thin hair can look absolutely stunning when you stop fighting it and start understanding it. In this video, I'll walk you through 4 simple, elegant steps that will completely change how your thin hair behaves and how you feel about it. We'll talk about the right cut, color, styling, and finishing touches that bring life, lift, and ease back to your routine. So if you've ever looked in the mirror and thought your hair was too thin or too lifeless, stay with me. By the end, you'll see it's not your hair that's the issue, it's the old methods. And once you let those go, something beautiful happens. Your natural texture starts working for you again. Step 1. The foundation, your haircut strategy. When it comes to thin or fine hair, everything starts with the cut. No amount of product, teasing, or curling can save a haircut that's working against your texture. And yet, this is where most women go wrong. They cling to the style that once worked beautifully in their 40s or 50s, unaware that what once added sophistication now quietly steals volume and shape. The biggest mistake? Too much length and too little structure. Long, heavy hair may feel safe, but on thin strands, it drags everything downward, creating a flat, tired silhouette. Instead of framing your face, it weighs it down. The key is to lift, not by adding bulk, but by building movement. A great stylist understands the geometry of lightness. Strategic layers, soft edges, and a little internal texture can make thin hair come alive again. It's not about chopping everything off, it's about giving the hair permission to breathe. Shoulder-length cuts, softly graduated bobs, or mid-length shags with subtle layers are timeless choices that flatter almost every woman over 60. Pay attention to the ends too. Blunt lines make thin hair look sparse. Slightly feathered or textured ends create the illusion of fullness without sacrificing polish. And always think in terms of shape, not just length. Ask your stylist, how can we build lift around my crown and cheeks? Rather than should I go shorter? A fresh cut should make you feel lighter. Not just physically but emotionally. When your hair moves again, so do you. It's as if your reflection starts to match your energy, vibrant, awake, and free from the weight of what once was. Your haircut is the canvas. Get that foundation right, and everything you do afterward, the color, the style, the confidence, will finally have room to shine. Step 2. Color and dimension, creating optical volume. If the cut is your foundation, then color is your light. And when used wisely, it can create the illusion of body, movement, and fullness like magic. But here's where many women unintentionally dull their own radiance. By sticking to one flat shade out of habit or fear of change. Flat, single-process color, whether it's solid blonde, brunette, or silver, tends to absorb light instead of reflecting it. And when light disappears, so does the sense of volume. Thin hair can start to look even thinner, even when it's healthy. What it truly needs is dimension. Those subtle shifts in tone that mimic what the sun naturally does to youthful hair. The most flattering approach is soft layering in your color, just like in your haircut. Ask your colorist for a blend of lowlights and highlights, tones that play together instead of competing. Honey beige and soft ash shades add depth to blondes. Caramel or chestnut ribbons bring warmth to brunettes. Even silver or white hair can be elevated with pearlescent tones that give a luminous sheen rather than a dull gray cast. But the secret isn't just in the shade, it's in the placement. Lighter tones near the crown and around the face lift and open your features. Slightly deeper tones underneath create shadow and depth. Together, they build a natural-looking optical volume that makes fine hair appear thicker without teasing, heat, or product. And here's the best part. You don't need a dramatic transformation to see results. A few strategically placed highlights can revive your entire look, softening lines and brightening your complexion. Color should feel like light dancing through your hair, not paint sitting on top of it. When it's done right, people won't notice your hair color first, they'll notice you. Because the goal isn't to look younger, it's to look luminous. Step 3. Styling technique, lift, movement, and confidence. Here's the secret truth about styling thin hair. It's not about doing more, it's about doing better. Most women try to fight fine hair into submission with heavy mousses, layers of spray, and endless curling. But the more you pile on, the more your hair gives up. Thin hair doesn't need control, it needs freedom. Volume comes from air, not product. Think of your blow dryer as your best styling tool. Not for heat, but for direction. Start by drying your roots in the opposite direction they fall. This little trick instantly lifts the base without any teasing or buildup. Once the roots are dry, switch the airflow downward and finish with a cool blast to lock the shape in place. It's a simple change that transforms everything. And remember, overstyling kills movement. Constant curling, tugging, or brushing flattens the cuticle and steals shine. Instead, work with your natural texture. Use a lightweight volumizing spray or root mist only where it's needed. A few targeted spots, not your entire head. Then, instead of perfect curls, aim for soft bends that look effortless and alive. The goal isn't to sculpt your hair into submission, it's to coax it into confidence. Even small techniques, like using a round brush at the crown or gently flipping the ends outward, can bring back youthful energy. And perhaps the most powerful styling tool you have: patience. Give your hair a moment to cool before touching it. Let it set in its new shape, just as you've learned to set boundaries and peace in this stage of life. When you treat your hair with gentleness instead of control, it responds with light, movement, and a quiet kind of strength. Because styling isn't about chasing volume, it's about creating confidence you can feel. Step 4. Finishing touches and everyday maintenance. Once your cut, color, and styling routine are in harmony, the final secret lies in how you finish, and how you care for your hair daily. Thin hair responds instantly to small changes, which means a few mindful habits can make all the difference between flat and fragile, and soft and luminous. The first golden rule? Less is more. Thin hair doesn't need layers of product, it needs light support. A touch of volumizing mousse at the roots, a smoothing serum on the ends, and a mist of flexible hold spray are more than enough. Heavy creams, oils, or waxes will only smother the natural lift you've just created. Think weightless, not rigid. And don't underestimate the power of how you touch your hair. Overbrushing, rough towel drying, or constant adjusting throughout the day can strip away shine and break delicate strands. Instead, treat your hair like silk. Pat it dry, comb gently, and let it fall naturally. The less you fuss, the more graceful it becomes. Between washes, try a lightweight dry shampoo or a quick scalp refresh instead of daily cleansing. Thin hair thrives when it's not overwashed. It needs those natural oils for softness and resilience. Accessories also play a beautiful role here. A soft headband, a chic clip, or a silk scarf can elevate your style instantly while protecting fragile ends. Choose neutral, elegant pieces that echo your personality, refined, not forced. And finally, protect your hair from the two quiet culprits of aging: heat and neglect. Lower your heat settings and show your strands the same care you give your skin. Over time, consistency, not intensity, builds beauty. Because when your daily routine becomes an act of kindness, your hair starts to mirror it, calm, confident, and quietly radiant. Here's what I hope you take away today. Thin hair isn't a flaw, it's a new expression of who you are now. It's lighter, softer, freer, just like the woman you've become. Somewhere along the way, we were told that beauty fades when hair thins, when lines appear, when texture changes. But that's simply not true. Beauty doesn't disappear, it evolves. Your hair has been with you through decades of laughter, stress, reinvention, and strength. It has changed, and so have you. But change doesn't mean loss. It means refinement. You no longer need to chase volume or hide imperfections. You've earned the right to simplify, to let go of what doesn't serve you, and to embrace the quiet elegance that only confidence brings. When you look in the mirror now, I want you to see not thin hair, but grace in motion. A woman who knows her worth, her rhythm, her peace. Because at this stage of life, beauty isn't measured by fullness or color, it's measured by ease. The ease that comes from knowing yourself completely and showing up exactly as you are. So the next time you pick up your brush or step into the salon, remember, you're not fixing your hair. You're celebrating it. Every soft wave, every strand that shines in the light, is proof of a life beautifully lived. Carry that energy with you, in your hair, your style, your smile. Because true beauty isn't about turning back time. It's about standing fully, gracefully, in this one. You are not past your prime. You are the prime.